cruise, poop cruise, poop cruise. It's here.
It is here.
We have been so excited to talk about this documentary.
Yeah. And this is a good time to talk about it because it's not too far away from the time that we went on a cruise.
Right. I was
Specifically
going to
with
say,
Carnival.
we've mentioned our cruise issues, our cruise trauma, and this kind of ties into it. They had it worse. Don't get me wrong.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nothing can compare.
We did not have to poop in a bag. But
No.
Yeah.
But I feel like we talk about, we have so many inside jokes like throughout all the episodes that we've done, and now we can finally fill you in and also fill you in on this story. So
Absolutely. This might just be the best episode ever.
I am excited. I'm
excited
excited.
too.
Y'all will have to let us know what you think.
what's the official name? Like Trainwreck?
It's
or
Trainwreck
Poop Cruise.
Poop Cruise on Netflix.
Yes.
So watch it. We're going to talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you haven't watched us before, welcome to Grim Reviews. My name is Bex,
I'm Cherish.
I'm Lizzie.
and we are a true crime podcast where we discuss all things grim and gruesome. And like we said, we're getting into the poop cruise today. I don't know if there's any trigger warnings, except
there should
a
be
lot of
trigger
poop.
warnings, but
There's
I would
poop.
say more so for the people that get grossed out or like maybe they like
Got a
have
weak stomach.
sort of like really bad traumatic event that happened on a cruise to them. Maybe you shouldn't watch or like listen
Right,
to
right.
this.
It
But
doesn't get too crazy, though.
it doesn't, but I will say this is the episode that we can probably pop off with our humor. Like, we always want to put a warning with dark humor because of the victims and just the situation and the story that we are unfolding. There are sensitive matters, but we do like to use humor to kind of process it. This specific
We're just
episode
dark that
is
way.
just gonna be great because I feel like there's a lot of humor there, and I think with the documentary itself, they made it in a fun-hearted ways,
Yeah.
a little
They
bit. So
yeah.
And thankfully,
Yeah.
there's no, like, yes, there's victims, but they weren't, like, killed or, so
right, yeah. I mean, there's victims.
They can even joke. Yeah, they can even joke after the fact.
Yes.
Be like, okay, this was silly. You
Yeah.
know, they did have to go through some trauma. But on
Yeah.
the other side of it, they're okay.
Yeah, I do feel like there's a crime that
Committed.
happened, but like at the same time, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
crime on
definitely
behalf
gonna
of
cover it.
Carnival, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy. Yeah, and we went on Carnival, too.
Yeah.
we did.
I can't believe I didn't know about this when we booked
I
the
didn't
Carnival
either.
cruise
That's my
tickets.
I
crazy
never
thing.
heard of
It's
it.
just like I was like it wasn't too long ago. Yeah, like more than 10 years ago. But like
When
you
we
know.
went on the cruise, it was 2 years
no,
ago?
the
Oh.
incident, the poop group incident.
It
wasn't
was
too
in
long ago.
2023.
When did we go on the cruise?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so yeah, 2 years ago. When did we go on the
Oh,
cruise?
wait.
Yeah. It's
When did-
almost
was it
been
around the
2
sa-
years. It
wait,
probably
was it
was.
around the same
Wait.
time?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It was in the
Wait.
summer.
I'm fact checking.
I think it was.
We
Bear
went
with me.
in the spring. We went in
It was
January,
hot as
February,
hell.
March, April, because it was for you guys'
Mm.
birthday.
That's
not
true.
summer.
When
That's
did
true.
the
It was.
poop cruise
It
It
happen?
was hot.
End of March, beginning
It
of
was
April. That's
April.
when we went.
That's
on our
when
cruise.
we went 2 years ago.
We went
When
2
did
years
this happen though? Because
Crazy.
I don't know why I have 2023 in
I
my
thought
notes.
it was 2013.
ago.
I
Oh,
think you're
that's
thought I
right.
saw
I messed
that.
up already.
No,
On
you're fine.
February 10th. Yep, February 14th, 2013. I accidentally
2013?
wrote it.
Okay,
in
that's
the
what I was
notes.
gonna say. Did I get a decade off of
I was
that?
gonna say it had to have been a long time ago because in the documentary, the girl said that she was like 12 or 13. She
Yeah,
was
yeah,
still
yeah.
a kid and now she's an adult, so
That's
that makes
right.
sense.
That's
Yeah.
true, and the people do look a little bit,
Weathered.
aged.
That's
They
what
went through a
people do to
traumatic
ya.
event.
Yeah,
I
right.
will say though, like it was 2013, so that's like 12 years ago. But
Mhm.
like as a like on my life, 2013, where was I? I was in college.
I
think I
just
was a sophomore.
graduated high school in 2012. So yeah,
Okay.
I was
Okay, that's
I was
part of
starting.
our-
homeschooling in my pajamas.
Okay.
Were you? Yeah. She,
Sorry.
Bex
was
is
just-
the baby
I
of
was
the
just
group.
out getting a degree.
All right.
But no, like I just don't remember when I was like in college or whatever that like this was on the news. I am
We
not
were probably super hyper focused on,
probably just our
yeah,
lives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
college in general.
But I
was
do
just
know
starting.
that like this was a huge event that happened in the news and everything. It's just like we
So you
just
remember
missed
it?
No, I'm just saying that like, just because I don't remember it or like we don't like recall it, that
Right.
doesn't
mean it
mean
wasn't
that
a
it
thing.
wasn't a
Wasn't
thing and it
happening.
wasn't big because
Right.
obviously it was a big ginormous
It's weird because there are some things in the news I remember, like the Casey Anthony case. I remember watching, like my mom was watching it, watching the court, unfold and everything. But I don't remember this being a story.
Yeah. I feel like I would have laughed. Oh well, I'm laughing now.
I think it was the age I was at too. I was too young to really care, I think.
Yeah,
at that point.
I get that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Crazy.
Yeah, looking into it now though.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So obviously Carnival's fault, but it was the ship called the cruise Triumph.
Yeah.
And they've renamed it.
Yeah. Well,
now
they renamed it, but it was
the
Triumph
Sunrise.
at the time.
Just so you know.
Here comes the sun.
Don't book a cruise on Sunrise.
Here comes the sun.
What was? Do we remember the cruise line that we went on, or not the line, the ship name?
Harmony of the Seas.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
No.
I don't know. I don't remember.
No. What was it? I don't remember.
Dream.
It was.
Ooh, was it Dream something? I feel like it's along that line. Honestly, like, I will just say that when I was watching this documentary and they're like, it was the Carnival Triumph, I was like, wait a second.
Were we on it?
Were we on that?
Right.
But I was like, no, I feel like we would have remembered Triumph. I know for sure it wasn't the Trauma or like Sunrise now. It wasn't called that.
It wasn't that.
But I almost kind of like had heart palpitations. I was like, ooh, are we on the poop shit?
Yeah. Yes, we went on the Carnival Dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of thought we did.
It's notable for being the lead vessel of the Dream class series. Launched in 2009, it was the largest ship in Carnival's fleet at that time.
Okay.
So,
yeah. They say these boats are the largest machinery that exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they said that in the documentary too, which is kind of fascinating.
Which is really crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that like being on a cruise is an experience that I think if you have the opportunity to
if you haven't done it yet,
just do it for the experience.
For the people
not
watching.
necessarily like, oh, this is going to be the best vacation ever. But just do it for the experience because you never know. You might love it, you might not. But
I think it could be the best experience ever. I think it really depends on. I think it really depends on the cruise.
Best experience ever.
Could be one of them.
Like okay.
I think if we went on a cruise because we don't have children, not yet. We will. I will soon. But like we were going on a girls' vacation. I think if we had gone on one that wasn't like for families, it had just been adults only. I think we
maybe
would have had a
more
different
lux
experience.
But we didn't know that.
We didn't know.
Carnival, I thought it was a party bus. I thought we were all going to be getting drunk, with a bunch of
there
people
wouldn't be
our
like
age
12 kids in the hot
nightclubs.
tub. Like there
that
was
was
what I mean?
so weird having kids in the jacuzzi with you.
We
or
had
like
to talk
in the
about
nightclub.
their
Like, it's
school
just
gossip.
weird.
They were and then Jeremy said, I was like, yeah, girl, that's rough. Can you get out of
That's wild. Please leave.
Yeah, get out of the.
That was so weird.
I want to say that the demographic of the cruise ship that we went on was mostly older people, like senior folk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, it was one or the other.
Families.
Yeah.
There was nothing for the people in between. I remember looking at the
Mm-mm.
events that they had going on, and they had like a 30s and 40s.
They did have singles for like
50s.
40s and 50s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or they had like
they were pushing me to like
get-together
go.
for 18.
Well, because we would have been the hottest 40 singles there
were.
because we were in our 30s.
We were, but it was just kind of like that's not like the age bracket I was aiming for. But you never know. We still went to check it out. At least one of them.
You could get a sugar daddy, maybe.
Yeah, there was nobody cute though.
No,
there was
not
nobody
at
cute
all.
on the cruise.
I think you're very right. To the advertising of it is just a little bit off or skewed. Like I think if you're in your 30s or your 20 or late 20s, I would say that like maybe skip that cruise line.
Yeah,
Right.
Maybe try like another one. I've
looking to
heard
hook up
Virgin
with
is good or
someone-
like Norwegian or something.
Royal Caribbean. I went
Royal
with my
Caribbean, I heard.
husband, and that was great.
If you're looking to hook up with someone, let's just say that the cruise we were on is not it.
Also, if you're looking to hook up with someone, they have swinger cruise ships.
They do. Well, to segue back into the documentary today, they did start off early on in the documentary talking about how, the people is known to like hook up there. Like they made that like a
they
heavy
start
thing,
talking
didn't
about
they?
it. The one lady that worked on the cruise, she was like, let me tell you.
I think it's
there's a
big part
lot
of
of
our
hooking up.
culture.
Yeah. So I was just like, I just don't think it was the one that we were on, but maybe the Triumph at the time was known as like the.
Well, maybe it is going on, but it's only with crew. Like,
and
it's
she
happening,
said like
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
of the crew
maybe.
hook up. Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
And of course, well, I don't know. According to the one hostess lady, she was a part of the crew and she was dry. Remember that? She was just saying she was dry.
Oh yeah, we got in the elevator and we were like, "Do you like working on the cruise ship?" And she said,
the
"No."
girl on our cruise ship. Oh,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
awful. Yeah,
No,
we've
'cause
mentioned her
it's
before.
funny because like they say that like there's a lot of things that go on the cruise ship or whatever, but then like when the other lady
she's
that
like,
went
my
up on
vagina's
the stage,
dry,
yeah.
and we were like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
It was very much
She
secondhand
really wanted
embarrassment.
to be a comic, and she was not funny.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
You
The
remember
the
her?
Talking
gal who
about.
was trying to be a comedian.
Little Asian
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
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 So it's just kind of like apparently we're on the wrong cruise trip because you're not getting any.
She wasn't
Yeah.
enthusiastic working there, but she was desperate to find a man. Let's just
Very
put
She
it that
wanted to
way.
be a comedian, and it's just not her calling.
Yeah.
It's really not.
How did
Yeah.
you guys feel about
hurt.
how like they were just like advertising Carnival in the beginning, like when they first were getting on the ship and
in
like
the
seeing
documentary?
everything? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get into it.
everyone was, I don't know, excited.
They were excited.
And,
Yeah.
you know, you had a fiance.
Yep.
We
The guy.
first had the guy that was trying to impress his family.
Yes,
You know,
the
particularly
dad-in-law,
the
future
father.
father-in-law.
which is I find interesting that it was only him on the documentary. Do you think he was still with his fiance?
Yeah, they had pictures at the very end.
Oh, did they?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was wondering the whole entire time.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
must
yeah.
have not wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He looks like the fun one.
And then we also had someone. Yeah, he probably was. And then we had the group of ladies that were going
Ashley.
on. For,
yeah, they look like they had
Ashley,
a fun time.
I think, was the gal celebrating her bachelorette
Yeah.
party with her two
bachelorette
friends.
party. Mhm.
Yeah,
They were essentially us.
who-
They were the ones that
Yes,
would've-
I was thinking of
Yeah.
us. I was thinking of us if we were in that situation.
Yeah.
That
like,
would've
they-
been us,
They were
for
us.
sure.
Yeah.
We were them.
Yeah.
They were us. We were
so
them.
funny.
Maybe we were just a little bit more.
And then we
like,
had the
graceful.
dad and his daughter that were there.
Yeah, that
which
was cute.
that was really cute.
And-
Rebecca and her dad.
And then they had like I don't know what her title was, but one of the lady
cruise
with the red
director.
hair.
Cruise
yeah.
director.
Yeah, the
She-
cruise director.
Remember the guy
her
we
name?
had?
Her name is
Yeah.
Jen.
Yeah.
Jen.
Yeah, Jen,
Yeah.
the cruise director. She was very, I don't know. She had a really nice personality.
She
I
did.
feel
She
like
seemed
her job
sweet.
fits well with
Yeah.
who she is as a person,
Mhm.
just from what I could pick
Yeah.
up.
Right.
I feel like out
Yeah.
of everybody, she was like one of the people that time really looked like it. Like she's like, I'll never forget that. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it
Oh,
just seemed
yeah.
like that really is
Yeah, it didn't
high
seem-
pressure times.
For sure.
So, I mean, according to like the records, Carnival has had like explosions / fires.
Yeah.
So it's not extremely rare, but you know, it didn't seem like she had ever experienced that before.
Right.
No, I mean, I don't even think that she was in full knowledge of like the reporting of it until later.
Right.
Though too. So I think that like whenever things hit the fan, I think everybody was just like, what's going on? Like
right.
we haven't heard of this before. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah. So they departed from Galveston, which I find
Yeah.
interesting because
So did we.
we also
Right.
Yeah,
left
yeah.
out of Galveston,
yeah.
which I'm not a big fan of that area, but that's
Mm-mm.
just me personally.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
The
of
so
beaches are dirty.
It was a 2-day cruise for the Carnival Triumph, and it just one stop in Cozumel.
It was
Yeah, it was
supposed
2
to be a
days.
2-day?
It was 2 days to get to Cozumel,
To-
2
and
days
then
back.
2 back. So
Oh,
I guess
okay.
it's
4 or
it's
5?
weird though because
4
we
days.
went on like a 5-day cruise, but we
Yeah.
had like two. It ended up being
We
2
had 3
stops.
Yeah.
but we
One was
missed
canceled.
One of them.
Costa Maya.
Well, ours
Yeah.
was either it was 5 nights or 6 nights.
One of those, but
Yeah.
we
We
still had
got way
stops
more
than they
bang for
did.
our buck than they did.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had a lot of sea days, which I
Yeah.
don't like to stay on the boat for that long.
Neither do
No,
I.
it was nice to get off.
Yeah.
It
We were
is.
like, please,
Please.
I know, and
There's too many
we
people
didn't
on
go
here.
through what they went through.
Yeah.
We were just kind of like,
Yeah.
We were over it.
Yeah, so there were 1,200 crew members, which I thought was
Mhm.
interesting,
That's a lot.
and over 4,000
That's-
passengers
yeah.
on this ship.
It's still mind-boggling of how many people are on the ship at the same time.
Yeah.
Like
You don't really
even-
think about it till
No,
you
you
get on
don't.
it, and you're just like, wow.
But
they're
even
Yeah.
when you're there
everywhere.
on the ship, like you just
don't take that into
fathom
account.
it. You know,
Yeah.
you don't. You just see the people when you see the people when you walk around, and then that's it. But then as a collective, like
so
Right.
many people.
so many.
yeah.
And it becomes apparent too when you have a situation like this. It's all of a sudden like, wait, how much food do we have?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we've got
yeah.
to feed these people.
Mhm.
They've got to go to the bathroom. What are
Yeah.
we going to do?
Yeah, the
Right.
number gets heavier once you get in that situation.
Right.
So coming back from Cozumel is when shit
Yeah.
hits the fan.
Literally. But I'm bummed.
So this happened very, very early in the morning. I want to say 5 a.m. Everybody woke up and because of the ship alarm. It was going off.
And the
everyone's
drunk girl, one
wondering-
of the Ashleys, she's like
One of the Ashleys.
whatever. Yeah. All those white girl names. But she was like, what is that noise? Like,
Yeah.
turn it off.
Yeah.
And it's like, girl, this is telling you danger.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
need to pay attention.
What was the
They're just like,
alarm?
what is
Yeah,
this?
just turn
What
it
was the
off.
what was the alarm saying again? It was like 9 alarm or something like that. What was it called?
They had some codes that they were
Yeah, I
saying
forgot
over the
what it
PA,
was.
but this was
Oh,
just
they
specifically
were
the
saying
beep.
like,
Alpha A or something?
yeah, which obviously
that.
means like we need
Emergency.
group 1.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like the good group.
Yeah.
Let's get out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we were on our cruise ship and like that the director would come on and be like, "Good morning, everyone."
Good morning.
And he would just
that was
start
Jen on this in this
yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would be like, "Oh my gosh,
She was
shut
probably
up."
dreading having to be the person to tell you, like, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
you can't poop in the bathroom anymore.
So before they found out that they couldn't poop in the bathroom
Yeah.
anymore, how
There was a
this all came
fire.
to be, the chef saw smoke coming out of the drain in the sink.
Yeah.
So that's when he knew
That's
that the fire
scary.
alarms,
That's
it was
messed up.
serious.
Yeah.
And so the fire team was sent to the aft engine room. And when the passengers came out on the balconies or on deck,
Yeah.
they saw like fire flames coming
Yeah.
up out
Right.
of the red fin, like on
Yeah.
the back of the boat.
What you think about
which
this?
is
You have
crazy.
to make sure that gets put out.
Oh,
you know,
for
because
sure.
there's nowhere to go. Like
Yeah.
if your house is on fire, you go outside.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was,
You know,
someone was saying that it's scarier to have fire on
On
the
a
water
boat.
than
Yeah.
it is on
Yeah,
land. Because,
absolutely.
you have nowhere to
you
run.
have
That is
nowhere
so
to go.
serious.
This is your
Mhm.
home. You
And
know,
granted,
Yeah.
like depending on how they would have like handled that particular situation, definitely shows you how much more in danger people could have been in a sense. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
and that's why Ashley needed to get her hungover ass up because she
So
might have to
true.
burn in the fire,
Burn in
or
the fire.
or go drown in the ocean. You
Ocean,
know,
yeah.
One or the other.
you've got two choices.
Right.
so true.
They were able to put it out. It was
Mhm.
fire in one of the 6 diesel generators.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
And they thought they were going to be fine because it was one of 6.
right,
Right,
so they're
right,
like, we've got this taken care of. It's fine. Jen was reassuring everyone that it was safe. Go get a cup of coffee.
Right.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
all
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Go
then
Try to
get some
enjoy your day.
suddenly
breakfast.
they're trying to, get some breakfast in the early hours of the morning, get a cup of coffee,
And
and all the
then
lights go
The
out.
lights
Yeah.
go out.
Which would
Choo-choo.
freak me out, honestly.
Yeah.
If I was in that
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
that would be like, whoa.
And it
Yeah.
was probably hard to see, like at night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
the sun hadn't come up yet.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't an indicator that like just it was the lights that was affected. It was also indication that finding out that the power's just out
The AC
for
had
everything.
cut out
yeah,
as well.
the AC. Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
no control
Can you
of
imagine
the
it would be
boat.
hot?
Yeah.
It started just drifting.
They said
Yeah.
that it got really hot in the rooms too.
Ugh.
People had
yeah.
to. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself, but people like had to put mattresses out.
Yeah, people
know,
are sleeping out in the
sleeping
hallways,
outside
out
Yeah.
on
'cause
the
it was hot.
deck.
Yeah. Because the windows, you can't open it up if you don't
Mm-mm.
have a
No.
balcony. you just look out the windows.
I mean, we had
that's
like
it.
a little hand fan, but that would be nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Nothing. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I
with
bet
that.
the
It's not
people that
enough.
had the balconies, like, they probably were so happy.
Yeah,
Right.
probably slept out there. Like,
Yeah.
no
I
problem.
know I would.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So not good news.
yeah, toilets are not working. They discover shortly afterwards.
It has to have power, which I find interesting that they have to have power for
Yeah.
them to work.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what kind of threw me off too.
Oh, really?
It's like, how does that?
Well, because like you think about in your house, if the power goes off, your toilet still works.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
What?
they
the
do.
wheels are turning. Yeah,
You said when the
They're not
power goes
connected.
off, your toilet
your
still
toilet
works?
still
Yeah.
works. Yeah,
because
Mhm.
it's not
It
connected
does?
to
Yeah.
electricity.
It doesn't use electricity.
Yeah, but it needs to pump through the water.
Yeah, but it doesn't
And the
require
water-
electricity.
Oh, I get what you guys are saying, but like you still need electricity to still power the water to come through too.
No.
Yeah, you do, girl. Well, back in the country where I live, we did.
Back in the
Well,
we had an outhouse.
Yeah, but like let's
Power
say the
goes out,
power
everything
goes off
goes out.
at this house. I guarantee you the it still works. The sewage system still works. It doesn't require power.
Yeah, I guess so. If you have to keep filling the water up with like your toilet though, put the water in the toilet.
It automatically. No? I don't know the exact.
That's
like
weird.
I'm not a plumber. I don't know the exact like what it.
I want to
Google
this so bad.
Google it.
Take a break.
They really didn't get into it in the documentary,
right?
Because you hear that the generator.
If you guys know why,
went out,
comment.
Maybe the power to like somehow like continue to flush out the system where it collects.
Because
it's like,
and you think about it, they have to take all the poop because they can't, they can't let it just go into the sea. They have to keep that and contain it, and probably dump it whenever they get back.
Right. So why wouldn't they been able to continue to use the toilets?
Yeah,
and
that I don't know.
Continue it to collect because it would have collected anyway. Whether like
something about the electricity, they had to have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, my bad.
So they all start. The crew starts to try to come up with a solution for how to deal with the not working toilets. They were thinking, do we need to tell people to pee overboard? Jen was like, no, that's not an option.
No, and she threw it out there like she didn't even know if this was a real suggestion, but she was like, well, maybe they can just pee in the shower.
Yeah,
and they're like, you know what? That's probably the best idea.
Yeah.
And she had to tell them over the PA, which is so awkward.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And you can't like stand in the shower and pee, right? I mean, after a while, if there's so much in there and it's not,
like if it's not draining.
Yeah.
If it doesn't drain.
Well, why wouldn't it be draining though?
Well, it ends up being a thing.
Have you ever peed in the shower?
I have.
While taking a shower? Yeah.
I don't. It freaks me out.
I don't. I've only, as
only
a kid,
do it when it like absolutely necessary.
Yeah, exactly.
Like absolutely necessary.
I peed in a pool,
Yeah,
so it shouldn't like really freak me out, but I don't know why. It's just like it's warm going down and I'm like,
yeah.
I
mean,
weird.
For me, I just think like it's not the most sanitary thing because it's like I don't want to get pee splashed everywhere. But
I'm not recommending it.
Obviously, like it's a situation where it's
Some
like
people do
sometimes, like every once in a blue moon, I'm like I have to pee and I don't want to get out of the wet shower and like track it everywhere. And I'm like,
I don't think it's gross. It's valid. It's just it's weird to me.
Yeah. No, that's totally.
If you have a shower head, just like shower it down.
It's a lot easier too if you're a guy,
Yeah, I feel like guys have it so easy
get all
in that
over
way.
you.
Exactly.
I imagine if you were on the cruise ship, how many times like looking out would you just catch somebody just like peeing
just
off
like
the
a
side?
dick right next to you.
Because I'll tell you one thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh God, could you imagine? And then it just like sprinkles down. The wind catches it.
Yeah, I know. Like a mist. Like is that the sea breeze?
Sea breeze.
That's what
It's
I
was
salty.
warm.
It's warm and salty. That's so gross.
But that
have
is
a
what
glow.
that is what they suggested to everyone, on top of pooping in red bags that they handed out to everyone.
Yeah. They knew it would be a problem for, like, they could suggest men peeing overboard, but women, they could fall in.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid to pee on yourself, they could fall in.
Yeah.
So,
I just can't
very much
fathom
so.
like being on this ship and then them being like, yep, poop in these bags. Now, don't get it twisted. I've gone camping, like may have mentioned before, like I've experienced like power outages where like the toilets don't work and stuff, so I don't really know that situation. But go dig a hole and poop, that's fine. But like just being around other people and knowing that everyone is doing it, and it's just something about it is just like, and then they had to unsanitary to me.
Yeah, and then they had to put the bags outside their door. Can you imagine being the person that has to come and collect it? Like, thank you for your sample.
Some are like rock hard and some are like saggy and
Who's
warm.
gonna do this?
Yeah.
It's still warm. That's
like it's still warm and saggy, and then some are like pulling up a bricks. Like, why is this so heavy?
Have you ever like picked up your dog's poop and it's still warm?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's gross.
It's so gross. There's like it's like warm because like at first you're like, oh, this warm is like a nice feeling, but then it's like you're understanding it's
it's
poop.
Gross. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to think about it.
I wonder who had that job. I wonder if they got promoted or got any type of raise.
What if you have the
raise,
squirt,
a bonus?
and it just goes everywhere.
Oh,
that's what I would be afraid of. Like it wouldn't actually get in the bag. Like where's it gonna go?
See, that to me is weird that you're like concerned about not getting in the bag.
I am.
Like the bag hole is this big.
But
what are you saying?
Yeah, you put it in a
big
trash
butt.
can.
No, you don't.
I got a big butt.
I got junk in my trunk. Okay.
Everybody's
I can still shit
what is
in
it
the can.
called? A sphincter. Is that what the hole's called?
Yeah.
I mean, my sphincter's probably
It's
normal
probably
size.
that's what. So you're telling me there's like this big of a hole of the bag at least, and yet you can't
Just
aim your
telling you,
sphincter to go in there.
My booty, it takes up the whole toilet.
Girl, you don't.
Well,
oh,
if
so
it-
you're saying you need to sit to shit?
Yeah.
I think it would be difficult, yeah,
and
to
like
like
you said,
stand
just get the
and
red
shit.
bag and then put it inside the
Yeah.
little trash can that they provide you in the hotel.
Are you saying you can't
sit down
hover?
on it.
Is that what?
Yeah,
we're...
it would be
you
difficult
can't
to
hover.
hover.
Oh.
It would be like a mid squat. Think about it.
Girl.
What?
You don't be hovering at the Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
don't hover,
You
no.
You don't. Yeah. Try not to judge. Not judging you right now.
No, I just
Okay.
wipe the seat down. I don't hover.
Okay.
That's crazy.
What?
Okay.
I don't understand.
Do
I
you
don't
put
understand
toilet
why
paper down
women
sometimes
hover,
too? Is it-
and I don't understand when you like let it air dry. I'm like, I can't do that.
Okay,
I have to
well,
sit
those
forever.
are in the same categories. Air drying is wild.
Yeah,
It
that's
is wild.
That is
That's
wild.
wild.
That is wild.
However,
I have
squatting
hovered
is
before, like at a
hover-
bar, if it's really disgusting in there.
Yeah.
I've had
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
awkward.
It
I feel
Well,
like
yeah, it
I-
is. Like
I feel like I can't get all the pee out.
I
that
think
way.
of it as a workout. Like I'm doing an extra workout of like squatting and hovering over
Right.
the toilet
Could
bowl.
I do it? Yes. It's just difficult.
It is
Okay.
different though, hovering to pee versus hovering to
To poop.
shit. Because like I feel like
'Cause
you
you
need
have
a
to
wider
push.
True, 'cause
stance.
you gotta you gotta use your muscles. Unless it comes out like a Dairy Queen soft serve.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
One would
That's
hope,
gross.
but when you travel,
Dairy Queen
I feel
soft
like your
serve.
bowel movements aren't as
Constipated. Yeah,
normal,
you
so
get, like,
you
locked
know,
up.
Right.
you got the-
Yeah. Do y'all ever like go on vacation? This
You
has
land
happened to me so
bricks.
many times. You go on vacation and you don't poop like the whole time you're there, and then as soon as you get home, it's like your body knows. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is shit.
No,
now.
I travel all the time, and it happens to me every time. Like,
Really?
yeah.
That's fine.
Every once in a while it happens to me, but I typically still
So,
continue a regular.
I would have been like the bachelorette party. That one girl, she was like, I just started popping Imodium. That's
Oh
what I would
my
do.
gosh!
Yeah.
Off. Okay, so
That was so funny. She said that.
the
That's
bachelor
sure enough
party,
what I would do.
people got. Okay, that's another story. Never mind.
What?
No,
Wait,
never mind.
no. Can't say
It's
that.
off the. It can't be on the record.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Okay.
Sorry,
okay,
y'all.
Maybe Patreon.
Yeah, maybe.
But the fiance, he was like, absolutely not. I am not pooping in a red bag, and
Yeah.
decided
Yeah.
to
She's like, I
hold it
refuse.
for the
Hold it.
remainder of the cruise, which is so impressive that he
That is
was
impressive.
Just
able
like tell
to
your
do
body,
that.
don't.
I
do
mean,
it.
also
Mhm.
too, if you are eating certain foods and whatchamacallit, it can play out that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
If
eat
you're
some
not
cheese,
eating too
clog
much,
yourself
but then
up.
carbohydrates, and then like, can we talk about? Are we at the point where they give them all like free alcohol?
Oh yeah, we're right there.
Well-
Ashley
well,
goes, "Why
first-
the hell isn't the bar open?"
Yeah, well, first, like their food options are really limited.
That
they
too.
have to have like what you say, like soggy lettuce sandwich,
Yeah,
basically.
because all the
Yeah.
meat and everything went bad because they didn't
Right.
have
Refrigeration,
electricity.
yeah.
And so they're all of a sudden like eating different,
Yeah.
which is gonna affect your bowels. But yeah, and then eventually they're like, oh, okay, let's make you feel better and get free booze.
That's the worst
Which is a
decision
wild
ever.
decision.
When I saw that, I was
Terrible.
like, why did they do that?
Yeah,
It's carnival.
and now exactly,
supposed to be
it's
a party
trash.
bus.
That's why.
Me and my sisters were watching it, and we were like, "Oh my goodness!" And I was like, "The fact that like you have people, they said that someone was like getting it on,
Oh
like,
yeah, they
publicly?
were full on
Yeah.
having sex
I was
out
like,
on
what
the
if
deck.
you were that couple that was like, oh, is that the couple that are having sex on the red bags off of the car?" Obviously, that's not what happened, but it's just like when you're
that's
intoxicated,
what
you do
happens.
stupid stuff,
You
and it's just like
do.
that was a horrible idea. to
That's what
introduce
happens
alcohol.
when you give free booze out. They were like, oh, well, this is our room now.
I know.
Maybe they were newlyweds. I don't know, but
That's wild.
to pour free drinks out there,
Yeah.
and then the shits that come from that.
I
Can
know.
you imagine?
God, that. Yeah.
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 It's making it worse.
I'm just thinking of this situation as a flight attendant, imagining if we were like stuck on a plane
Free
or
booze
something.
for
free
everyone.
alcohol for
Right,
everyone.
right, right.
I would be so screwed.
the fights that would break out.
The fights, the
Yeah.
disagreements, the like not logical, like there would just be
No
no
one's
logical.
logical.
Yeah,
No.
like so I'm just kind of like, why did they think that that was a good idea? I know that they were trying to probably appease them,
Right.
Like, oh, we have nothing else to give them but alcohol. But it's just kind
But
of like,
honestly, that's the worst decision you could make.
Yeah,
decision.
it's
And that
better
could have
they
went
sit
way
there and
worse.
be miserable.
And even the dad and daughter, he was like, I was afraid for my little girl. Like, we had to find safety because there were fights breaking out everywhere.
For sure.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, people could have been stupid and was like, we're just gonna jump off the
God, can you imagine?
ship.
Yeah.
And they would have had to like rescue
all
like
these
20
drunken
people or
decisions.
something.
Yeah.
And you know they weren't just drinking to be like content.
Oh,
it was
no.
like people getting just
We just want to get
wasted.
drunk until we
It
get
was
Yeah.
an
saved.
escape.
It was an escape. It was.
Out of 4,000 plus people, they didn't have any like serious altercations go down. That's
pretty impressive.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Because I was just
I mean,
kind
no
of
one died.
yeah, part
No
of me
one
was just
died.
like, okay,
People
I
got
don't think
laid.
anyone's gonna die, but like, what else is gonna
There was
happen?
some fornicating in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
for
I
sure. That's
imagine-
public entertainment at its
But
finest.
then again, though, too, like, do you think that like the rate of people having sex went higher after the situation of like?
I mean,
not
maybe
being
because they're
able to order
bored.
the-
Like, there's nothing
yeah,
else
That's
to
what I
do.
thought,
something
like boredom,
else.
but then also it's like just gross.
But it's gross. Like, because, again, at this point, it's super hot in your room. And that's
Right.
probably
We're
why they
pooping
were
in
out on the
bags.
deck
Mhm.
fucking, you know.
It's so
It's a
unhygienic.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just looking over and being like, all right,
No,
that's
okay.
where we're at.
Ashley and her girls, they had a great time. And I love the
Yeah.
story that she shared when she was like, we found a bathroom, but it was all dark in there. And so I used the
Oh,
bathroom
yeah,
and
yeah.
used the beacon from the
Yeah.
light
They had
post,
to
and it
pour
was
like
a
Coca-Cola on it for
Yeah.
it to like start blinking.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so it was just like a disco in there. She just sitting there.
Can you imagine like Cherish holding it for you while we're trying to pee?
That
Yeah.
would be us.
That would be us.
What would we have done though? Like, I just keep thinking about it. Like, if that was,
Do you
us
think we
for-
would have found the good bathroom?
Oh,
that the crew had?
absolutely.
We would have been. We
Yeah.
would have found the
100%,
good
100%.
bathroom.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would have been probably like our number one goal since
Yeah.
finding
We're
out
like,
the
all right,
bathroom.
this
Yeah.
is what we're
So
gonna do.
We would have been like adamant on like there has to be one bathroom.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
so there was rumors that were spread that there
Yeah.
were some bathrooms that were still working. I don't know if the crew was keeping it hidden from
Probably,
the rest of
so
the
there
folk.
wouldn't be so, everyone
Yeah.
would try and go
I
to
and
them.
I also
There-
don't know
Mhm.
how there were some working bathrooms on the cruise ship.
They didn't really explain it.
They didn't
So-
really get into it.
No.
They didn't either, but like now that you brought up the whole like why wasn't the bathrooms working? What does that have to do with like the electricity and stuff
Yeah.
like that? It does pull up the point connecting like
Maybe
there
they
has
had,
to be bathrooms that were working,
maybe
but
they-
maybe
yeah,
the crew
they
members
had-
just weren't letting people know.
Right, maybe they had some bathrooms that were working in a different way,
Yeah,
not
maybe.
relying on electricity, and
Yeah.
Or
that
maybe-
was probably for the crew,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just in case.
I really
Yeah.
hope we don't sound dumb and like someone's in the comments like, dude, they explained that in the documentary.
I mean, I'm not a plumber.
There we missed it.
I have no idea.
Like,
we were
I
here
don't
for
know
the
either.
tea, not for
Right.
No.
how the plumbing system
Works.
No, but I mean, like, that's like the biggest thing that like was horrible on the cruise ship. I think everything else I probably would have been like,
and that's
"Oh, okay.
That's why the news was like, as soon as this story got out. So there's about this point, there's
Mhm.
another ship that comes,
Oh my
and
gosh,
they didn't
yeah.
have access to talk to anyone on the outside because they had no reception.
Yeah.
But because this other ship comes by, all of a sudden they have Wi-Fi, and so and so
Yeah.
they start, and it's really funny because they're like, they were just doing the YMCA
Yeah.
right in front of us, and I was like,
They had no
what
idea.
are they gonna do though? They're
Yeah.
not gonna like sit there and somberly.
That's what
like,
party
Take it so
ships
personally.
do. That's what the
Right.
cruises do, though.
Yeah.
Like when you
Yeah,
like
they're
see each
partying,
other,
they're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
their stuff could go out at any moment. They're just trying
Yeah.
to enjoy themselves. But anyway, this is when they start like texting people. It's terrible. We got to shit in a
Because
bag.
they were stealing the other ship's Wi-Fi.
Right, 'cause
Yeah,
they
so
were
they're all
stealing other
running out
people's
there
ships.
trying to
Mhm.
catch
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
the
yeah.
news was like, oh, they've got to shit in bags. This is a story.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's when it
yeah.
gets
Because
picked up.
originally the CEO of Carnival wasn't sharing any more information other than the
No.
boat is drifting.
They weren't. Yeah,
Mm.
they weren't
Mhm.
sharing the whole story.
No, they were not
At
giving
all.
details. So when you started hearing from the actual
From the-
passengers,
yeah.
it's like,
And
oh,
they're
this is a
already
shit
thinking
show.
lawsuits, right?
I'm for sure, and you know what? Like we'll probably get into it more, but I will say if I saw a ship floating by with
Mhm.
people on it, I would have been heavily complicating jumping into the water and trying to make
Oh,
it
you
to
will
the other
die.
side.
Trying to
You
make
would
it to
die.
the
think
other
so.
side.
You would die.
You probably
I know
would.
I would have gotten sucked in by the
Yeah.
propellers. I get it,
I
but
just
I
want-
would have contemplated
You
it.
would have thought about
I'm
it.
like, I would have thought about it logically, and then you probably would have
Please
been like,
don't do
Cherish,
that.
no, you're gonna die, and I would have like, dang. But also too, they had the
Dang.
floaters. They had
They
the
did.
floaters though too, and she had talked about it, Jen, and she was just like,
The
yeah,
floaters.
You mean the
like
boats that
boats
went back
or
and
what-
forth?
Yeah, the boats that
The
went back and forth.
tugboats, yeah.
And
yeah.
the other ship did give them some food.
Yes.
Which was really helpful, I'm sure.
Well, to the point, because they started hoarding like all the food that
Right.
was being offered to
Yeah,
them. Like
yeah.
they had
Well, it
cheeseburgers
was like,
or pizza, and they would take a whole pizza or 10 burgers.
It's like COVID all over again.
Oh,
Like, give me
yeah.
all the toilet paper. You know, we're out of toilet paper. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. But
Can we talk about the chef for a second? With the
oh, he was hilarious.
Oh my gosh!
Which
I mean,
part?
it's not really important, but like the
The
fact
lasagna?
that the fact that he like you could tell he was traumatized.
He was like,
from
you
that
look
of
in
it.
the toilets, and it was like a lasagna.
Yeah, and this was like when the
Blech.
toilets like obviously it
Layers
wouldn't
of
get
poop.
that bad, but he was like those layers. He was like people would just poop,
Yeah.
and then they would put the toilet paper on it, and then the
Someone would
next
poop on
poop
top.
again,
Just like
and
a
he would be like,
lasagna.
and you would have to go, so you would use an add to the
and
layer.
I was gonna say, think of how big that layer
Oh,
got
because
eventually.
no one was using the red bags like they were supposed
It
to.
was gross.
No, which is wild too, because I feel like out of everything, the red bag method probably is the best method if you can't find the working toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
I
the
would have been
thing.
the a-hole in the sense of like using the red bag, and then instead of putting it outside the door, I probably would have added it to someone's collection like 10 doors down.
Like
or
that
something.
wasn't me.
Oh
Well,
my
not
God.
that it wasn't me, but it's just like I don't want smelly poop outside my door. Like I
Well, I
don't
have
want
a
the
question.
smell.
If you pooped in the toilet and like you couldn't get rid of it, would you scoop it out and put it in a bag?
I think I would do the toilet paper layering method and just be
Yeah.
like, no one poop on top of that. Just let that.
But I'm saying you
Let's
could,
pretend that doesn't
you
exist.
could collect it and then poop in there again. That way you don't have to squat.
You know what Iris said? Iris was like, why didn't they have lye? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so right.
Why?
Lye. So it's like what they use in porta potties or like similar to
Oh,
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
powder.
And
It's like the powder
and
and
it, like,
disintegrates it.
disintegrates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
like breaks it down.
No,
and
that's a
stuff,
really
and
good
so
point.
It stops it from
Yeah.
building up.
That's a
And
good
also
point.
it stops the smell. And I'm sure like obviously they have like lye, but then they might have other compounded like powders or whatever
Mhm.
that
maybe
is
they
better
do
to this
now.
day. But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm hopefully they do now because it's just
Some
like that could have
backup.
been easily put underneath.
And also,
like,
I don't know like
sinks.
what kind, like how many bags they had. You know, I don't know what they were gonna use those for.
The
before
biohazard
that,
bags.
The biohazard bags. But wouldn't it have been nice if they had like a liner for the toilet,
Mm-hmm.
and then all you had to do like put it around like a trash can?
You're so smart.
Yeah. Well,
Look
thank
at
you. But all you would have to do is like sit on the toilet, poop like normal.
Yeah, and
but
then like
at the
drawstring
end,
it up or
Mhm.
something, and then
Yeah.
do it.
So maybe
Yeah.
maybe they could think
Oh
about
my
doing
gosh,
that
if they
next
don't
time.
have that now, we should create a company that has those baggies.
It's not a
that
bad
you put
idea.
under,
Yeah.
and come in different colors and different patterns, so
Take-
people can feel good about
Take
it a
on
little
your
bit.
cruise.
Oh, and then it's lined with like an
Poop
odor, like the
emojis.
poopery.
The poopery.
poopery.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it
like
would
they
smell!
That's not a bad idea.
Oh my gosh,
They could
no
have
one
little-
take that idea.
Little poop emojis.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
It's
be
like whenever
funny.
you get in a situation, like you can either put that on a toilet, you can put that on a bucket, you can put it on whatever.
Right, yeah, like a bucket or a
Yeah.
trash can or something.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
easier to use.
That's smart. I like
Anyway.
that. That's really
Yeah,
smart.
what happened
Don't
next?
take our
Okay,
idea.
at this point, they were still
We're
kind
gonna
of
have to
looking
patent that.
into. We really do need
Really
to patent that.
do.
Grim reviews.
I
What would we
know.
call it?
We call it.
What would we call it?
Oh.
Our product
Oh.
that we're patenting.
We would call it poop in a cup.
What? No. Please no. We'll workshop it.
Give us some ideas.
Chat GPT
Poop
it.
in a
I don't
cup.
know.
Okay, moving on. At this point, they're still trying to figure out why they can't get the electricity to work, and then they
Mhm.
realize that all of the power cables on the ship had been burned
Burned.
through
Right,
due to
right.
the fire.
Yeah.
They said
And
it
s-
looked really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
at this
the
point,
picture.
they were looking into getting tugged by a boat to
Yeah, 'cause they're just
Progresso,
floating out
Mexico.
in
Yeah.
the ocean. Excuse me. And they were gonna go to Mexico, but it kind of like shifted
It
back.
kept drifting.
And they realized, so they were gonna, tug it to Mexico, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, okay, we can still kind of, continue
Yeah,
the vacation. But then
Mhm.
they're like, just kidding, we're gonna tug it all the way back to Alabama.
It was 100.
Yeah.
It had drifted 100 nautical miles. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's-
And so they
Ugh.
were like, just kidding. We're going to go drift to Mobile. Is it
Out-
Mobile or
Mobile.
Mobile?
Mobile.
Because I heard other people in the documentary say Mobile, and I was like,
It's Mobile.
I don't know.
I was
so it's
thinking
Mobile.
If you
Mobile.
live
Yeah.
there, it's Mobile.
Okay.
Mobile,
yeah.
Alabama.
So they're like, just kidding. We're going to drift to Mobile, Alabama. And it was going to add an additional 3 days to their route.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the
And they
people
were
that are
not
like,
happy.
don't poop,
They're like,
Yeah.
3 more days.
3 more
3
days?
days. That's
Could you
crazy.
hold
I
That's
don't
a
know. I
lot.
don't think I could.
I'm telling you.
I would
I'd
probably poop in a red bag at this point.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
start popping those pills. Stop me up.
I would try to make good with somebody that had a balcony, or just like we would just like spend the rest of our time out on like the top deck.
I would be on.
I
I really
it's
like
like-
my idea. I think I would somehow try and figure out how I could line the toilet and then poop in there.
So
Right.
this is the thing
Yeah.
though, like we haven't even got to like the horrendous part, because it's just like
No.
We're getting to
we're
that
just
point.
Yeah.
we're talking about like the AC stopped working. People are pooping in bags. Even if you somehow are able to like keep your room clean, I just don't believe that the smell is going to stop at your door.
Oh, no.
I think it's going to penetrate in,
It'll
and
go
that
everywhere.
would throw
It's
me. So
everywhere.
I would just be like, I need fresh air.
Yeah.
That's why it's like
Everyone's
balcony
outside.
or like outside.
Well, and that's why
Yeah.
people start moving their mattress outside because they're
Yeah.
like, it's too hot.
it's
It
stinky.
smells bad.
Mhm.
We would get so sunburnt, Lizzie.
Oh my
Especially
God.
you, because you forget to put on
Fudge.
sunscreen. And
Just
we talked
that
about
one
this.
time.
No, that is not just that one time. Like I
No.
know that
So-
you've forgotten before.
Yeah, this was awful. I fell asleep. And to be fair, the sun, I don't think it was like that bad when I fell
Yeah.
asleep, but
no.
afterward, it was like, in the middle of the day, so it got
She's
worse.
talking about when we were on our cruise.
We were on our cruise. I was sitting like this, very ladylike.
You were in
right?
the shade at first.
I was
and
in the
then
shade
it
at
was
first. But then when I fell asleep, the sun came out and it just like blistered
Yeah.
the inside of my thighs.
Those
And so
back.
whenever, I have no thigh gap. I have no idea what that is. Never experienced one in my life. And so like when I'd walk, they
Ugh.
would be touching. And I was just like,
Yeah.
even putting on a sheet to go to bed hurt.
Yeah. I didn't know how bad it was until we got back to our room, and then you're like, "Yeah, guys, it's bad." And then
It's
you
so
showed us, and it was just like all red, and I was like, "Oh my word!" I think at one point I like helped you put on aloe vera because
Yeah.
we thankfully we had some. But it's so
It was
funny.
Casper.
It's not funny, but it just like shows you, because I also fell asleep on like because we were on the same side together.
Yeah.
And whether the sun was out because it was kind of moving, and
You
we
probably
were
had
under like
sunscreen
thing,
on,
it didn't
too.
matter if we were. I don't think
You didn't? Okay.
I don't not think that time.
Yeah.
It didn't matter whether the sun was out or not. I was completely fine. So it just.
I mean,
it
and we
just
didn't even
shows-
plan on being out there that long or like being in the sun.
We
but yeah,
really
you're
weren't
right.
out.
We'd
well,
be screwed.
no, we
Yeah.
were out
Yeah.
there
Would be.
for a while
We
actually,
were.
because
We were
you were the
reading.
one
We
that
were
didn't fall
reading.
asleep as that long or that much or something, and you went and got us food and came back,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
like you're
Right,
like,
yeah.
I like did this and that and the other.
Hostess of
Right.
the mostest.
That was a fun trip. We gotta go do another trip, guys.
It was an experience.
It was an experience,
Yeah.
and I would love to have
Yeah.
more experiences with you, but not the same experience.
No. No. Especially after watching this, it's like, ah, shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
be
gotta bring my
real
own
with you.
poop
I
bag.
don't have any desire to go on a cruise anytime soon.
So at
That's
this
fair.
point, they get tugged, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is when shit goes
This is
down.
what it
Yeah.
gets really bad.
Literally.
Because people,
Literally.
mind you, people are peeing
in the shower.
in the shower and everything, and then also
You got poop
too,
lasagna.
this was also
And
at a
toilets.
point where do you remember too that people noticed that it started to back up
right,
in the showers
right.
as
it's
well.
Not, it's not drained.
It's
So
not draining
I think
anymore.
that it has something to do. Okay, hear me out. I'm thinking that some sort of electricity is needed to help pump out the sewage to whatever tank.
right.
If
On
that's
the
not,
boat.
on
but
the boat, yeah. So if that's not happening, the likelihood of
It's
it
getting
coming
backed
back
up.
up is very
And
high.
also,
Yeah.
the
So that
shower
makes
is
sense.
not made for that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's all of a sudden, all thousands of people are having
Yeah.
to pee there. It's not keeping up,
Right.
Yeah,
at the very least.
yeah.
So when
Yeah.
they get tugged, the boat kind of turns because they're
Ugh.
getting tugged
Tilts
from
to
one
the
side.
side.
It
Yeah.
tilts to the side.
And the weather gets bad
Yeah.
Yeah,
And where do
at
you
the same
think?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're rocking everywhere. Where do you think that pee is gonna go?
Yeah, it's not just pee;
Ah.
it's like sewage from the backing up of
sewage.
the
It's bad.
the stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
Raw
poop
sewage
water.
you're walking in.
It was
Ugh.
ankle. It was ankle.
Ankle deep.
Ankle
And did you
deep.
see that one guy?
Yeah, he jumped from the bunk bed.
He
and
jumped
it's-
from the bunk
oh.
bed and he's wearing sandals. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
why?
you're
Why?
so-
Was he just like, hey, dude, take a picture?
It's like squishy. Can you imagine?
Like, quick, take a picture. I would have been like, oh my gosh.
I would have taken footage, but just because I
would have taken footage from my bunk bed.
I would have
Well,
taken
I mean,
footage
I'm,
for
like,
the
I'm
lawsuit
entitled
that I
to-
would have brought.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm
to
entitled
them.
to compensation.
Exactly.
You
Correct.
better believe. I think that's where all
And
the
they
video and
gave 'em
footage was
hardly
for. Was people were like,
anything.
yep.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what they gave
Yeah.
them at the end, but it was not
Would
enough.
you guys have walked through it?
No.
Yeah,
walk
but the
through
guy in
it.
the bunk bed.
I mean, you would
He
have
had
to
no
go out at
choice.
some point.
You
for
have to,
food
right?
And water, like we'd have to just
And think
we'd have to
about
do
all
I'm
of the
like, I'll be right
diseases you could
here.
get.
You guys come back
Ugh.
for me.
It's bad. It's real
Imagine if you had like a little, like, because it cut to like they had so many people from outsiders that when they got the updates of what was going on and how everything was not progressing, but you know what I mean.
Well, and they really only could do that update whenever the boat was near them, so it was very passing.
Well,
you know,
so it
wasn't
got to
long.
the point where they did find out that like the sewage was all over the floors and everything like
Yeah.
that. And then one of the the doctors commented like, we've got threats of E. coli and like this and that and the other.
It's
and I was just
real.
like, yeah, I know. When Iris was watching it, she was like, oh my gosh, like
This
I'm
is
surprised no one like
dangerous.
really like got sick.
There were so many experts that came in to discuss what was going on, just from different types of angles, the psychology behind what these people were going through on
It's a
board.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they wanted to just have fun. Like they weren't there, for a mission of sorts. They were just there to enjoy themselves and have a good vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was not going
I think
well.
the news said it was literally raining sewage.
Yeah.
It was coming down
Yeah.
the sides of the
Can you
walls and
imagine?
stuff.
That's
I
so
would have
gross.
died.
You lived in like a lower cabin.
Yeah. The
Oh.
lowest. Can you
Yeah.
imagine everyone's
I mean,
shit?
we had a low cabin.
Shit.
We had a look. Yeah, I was gonna say we were down there.
It brings a new meaning to shit rolls downhill.
It's true. Do you guys remember when like we would be like going to the deck to like other parts or whatever, and then when we would get down to our floor, like the difference between like the AC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be just like
Significant.
and I
Significant.
remember at one point like I was like, oh, I got to get used to this because it's like giving claustrophobia a little bit.
A little bit.
So it's like I can
Because
only
it's
remember.
stuffy in some places.
Yeah, it's stuffy in some places, and then other places it would be like super AC, and I could tell like the closer you got up to the deck, the cooler it would be until you actually just walked
Get, like, a
outside.
breeze.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was just like, that's crazy knowing that in general, but then going through what they went through, it's just like,
I think
I
one
couldn't
of my
imagine.
biggest complaints, like just comfort wise, was that it was hot at night.
Yeah.
I remember like stealing your fan basically and just like keeping it right on me because I could not fall asleep. It was
You
so
thought it was
hot.
hot?
I thought it was really hot. Yeah. And
I
maybe
can't
too, I had
remember.
that sunburn, so that wasn't
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah, they're probably.
Man,
Yeah.
maybe that's why you were sleeping weird. So
thought it
there
was
was this
okay.
one night where me and Cherish
There we go.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh!
There we
Yes,
go.
bring it up.
You will be sharing the picture. Okay, put it up there.
Yes. Do you
I
still
may
have
have been
it?
possessed. Yeah, I still have
Oh
the
yes,
video.
we gotta show you guys.
the
We gotta show you
video.
guys.
So yeah, me and Cherish were just gabbing. It was late at night, and Lizzie
Oh yeah,
had-
it was like 2 a.m. going on 3.
Lizzie had fallen asleep, obviously, and she was sleep talking maybe a little bit,
little
and
bit.
kind of moving a little bit, and then suddenly
Apparently,
like-
I lift my hand up and it comes back down.
Yeah.
And then up.
and up
Back
and
down.
down.
And we just-
With the look on Cherish's face behind
priceless.
because it's like Beck's here, me,
and Cherish
Cherish.
is on the couch.
She's like,
Yeah, I was looking at you. Like we were in a deep conversation about something, and then we just stopped talking. We're like looking at you, and then Bex had it recording or whatever, and I was just like looking in the background, like what is about to happen?
which Zach has said like he's seen me do it, so it
Yeah.
apparently
It
is
is
a thing.
normal.
Yeah, if I'm
Okay.
like in a really deep sleep and I'm dreaming,
Mhm.
apparently this is normal.
Yeah.
I was-
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So we ended up waking her up, and we were like, I don't think you're sleeping very well.
Here's what happened. Cherish sat next to me. She's like,
That's right. She
"So
did.
listen, we need to have a conversation because they thought I was full on possessed.
Yeah,
It's
I was.
scary.
I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say some scriptures and some prayers
Throw some
and
holy
like
water on me.
do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know what she about to do.
I'm
right
trapped.
now. And you were so
I was
like,
out of it.
but no. So this is the thing, Lizzie.
What?
Before that even happened, there was instances where we would be talking, and it would happen other nights where you would just like wake up and
answer.
you would be matter of fact like, yeah, I agree. And you would start
Oh
talking
my
this and that and be like, yeah, guys, I was
That's
tired.
right.
I knocked
I forgot
out
about
like
that.
this and that
I
and the
do
other.
that.
And then next thing you know, you'd be like,
I do that.
we'd
Yeah.
be like, okay.
I'm notorious for disappearing and just falling asleep somewhere,
Yeah.
wherever I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you
It's a
you
gift
would
and a
wake up
curse.
and just join back in the conversation for a little bit, and
Yeah,
then you
it's
would
weird.
go back to sleep. And
I
I'd
don't
be
know
like,
what
all
to tell
right,
you.
Yeah.
It tracks though.
I want to experience it again. It was a fun time.
That was
I enjoyed
funny.
it.
Yeah, we definitely have to share.
We'll
that
have to do it
video.
again.
Yeah.
Different cruise.
Going back to the poop cruise.
Anyway,
In the
poop deck.
documentary, I believe the attorney's name is Frank, but he's looking into
Yeah.
like all of the press
all the lawsuits that are
Going
going to
on
come from
and
this. Yeah.
Exactly. And he did a deep dive into Carnival's past and found that in the 2 years
This has happened
prior,
before.
there were 9 incidents of
Yeah.
faulty fuel lines potentially
That seems
causing
like a
fires on board.
I know.
Which, yeah,
a lot.
it was
I was
just
like,
an
what the
accident
heck?
waiting to happen. It was going to
Mhm.
happen
Very
at
much
some
so.
point.
They already knew. Someone
Mhm.
already knew that this was a possibility.
And honestly,
Yeah.
the poop cruise is like the best thing that could have happened compared to like the whole ship sinking because
Yeah.
it burst
because
into
it
flames.
set on
Right.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if had a
Everyone-
Titanic situation go down?
Uh-huh.
Right. And as this, I forgot, hashtag cruise ship from hell.
Yeah.
as it was going
That
all
became
over,
a thing.
all over the news. Yep, everyone was using that hashtag, which I thought was so funny.
Oh.
It was the biggest news story in all of America at that point.
Yeah, that's why
Wow.
I'm just like, I can't believe we didn't like remember it or recall it at all. It's just like
But
we
you
just
know
weren't
that-
tapped in at the time.
You know the interest had to been there. Like as soon as they said poop in a bag, you're like, wait, what?
Poop it back?
What is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all okay?
Attorney Frank, he was getting ready to put Carnival through court because
was.
this was a preventable issue. Like
Right.
Lizzie said, somebody knew
Someone
about
knew
it.
that this was
Yeah.
going to happen again.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, when people got back, who said
What they say?
they were like, I feel a little stronger than before.
Yeah, no.
Like I'm coming out on the other
wasn't it
side.
the dad with the daughter?
Yeah,
It was
Maybe.
so
I
weird. I
feel a
thought that
little
was weird
stronger
too.
than
He was
before.
like, that was the. I think he said something like that was the best experience. Oh, going into the cruise, it could have been a best experience, or it's going to be something that we grow out of. And then he ended up saying that like ended up being both. And I was just kind of
grow
like,
from.
Well, it's
you
like
had to
thing.
grow from it. And I
Okay.
was just like, wait, I agree with the latter. Like, yes, I will grow from this experience. Like, this
Yeah.
is
Like, what
It's a
does
learning
stronger.
experience
But
for
how is
sure.
that how is that like the best experience?
trauma
He's just-
bonding.
yeah. He's just trying to spin it in some sort of way.
yeah.
Of like,
They did come together near the end after like the booze and the
yeah, like you said, trauma
Yeah.
bonding.
fornication on
Probably.
board. They
Yeah.
had like Bible studies and that
Oh, yeah,
sort
they
of thing.
did.
That was
and-
interesting.
After
so
they
they
like
all
all
did come
boozed
together.
out. I thought that was
Right.
weird. I was like, so y'all all got drunk and intoxicated and had to have like a whole big orgy to then later on be like,
They needed to repent of
We
their
need-
sins.
That's something. Yeah.
we really
We had to
need
balance it out here.
Yeah, we need a little
Yeah.
bit of Jesus.
Right. Turns out we're gonna be here longer than we thought.
And so Carnival's way of like making it up to them, I find interesting. They gave them $500 and then a free cruise on top
Why
of that.
would I want
A
to
full
come back
and a
to
full
that?
refund
and
they-
a full refund
and
yes.
transportation expenses. Yeah,
Which good.
but
yeah.
still, I don't feel like $500 is
I don't
enough.
think
And
that's
I'm
a
sorry,
word.
I don't want to
No.
go on another cruise
Right.
if this happened.
No.
And all
Keep
of
your free cruise. To
all of
yourself.
Frank's cases were settled because of at the time
Yeah.
Carnival's ticket contract. So when
I
you
know.
purchase the ticket, and I
Isn't
have it
this
in,
wild?
it is in writing right
So
here. I wrote it down.
crazy.
So Carnival claimed passengers had no right to sue due to the ticket purchase contract, and it says
They are not responsible.
I'm quoting, makes absolutely no guarantee for safe passage, a seaworthy vessel, adequate and
Wild.
wholesome food, and sanitary and safe living conditions.
And that will be the
That
reason
is
why I will not be
blasphemy.
going back on a Carnival cruise. I don't know
Yeah.
what's in the contracts for other cruise lines, but I won't
I
be going
need
back
you
to
to
Well,
Carnival.
they
ensure
changed
that
it.
you'll get
Okay.
me
They did change
there
They did change
safely.
it? Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the very least.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And also maybe some food.
Yeah.
Like some
I'd be
wholesome
hungry.
food, please.
The food.
I need you to make sure that I survive this.
Yeah,
period.
like you
Yeah.
know, be a little bit more accommodating. And I think that like yes, it's a step in the right direction to reimburse them and like give them the $500 and all that. But I feel like they definitely should have deserved more than that. And I'm glad that the people that did pursue after it ended up getting just
Did they
settled to
get
some
some
degree. I
settlement?
don't know
Yeah.
what that amount looked like at the
Did
end.
they actually? Because I thought that
The
I
one,
didn't think
well,
so.
I don't know.
I don't think they
that's
did.
just a guesstimate when they said at the end that
I
like
honestly-
such and so the guy, the lawyer,
Mhm.
went after him, but he didn't get to, and they ended up settling. So I don't know if he was representing anybody else or was it just him.
I don't
going
know,
for
but
it.
I'm not
I'm pretty
sure.
sure because of that contract, they couldn't sue.
That's why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, settling pretty much entails that like they came to a number, right? Or maybe not.
I don't know, but I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
if they did end up settling with anyone other than just like the $500, the free
Yeah.
cruise.
Oh, was that
and
the settlement?
That probably
That
was.
Oh,
It's really kind of hush money.
that's
of like,
lame.
just get it over.
That
you know.
sucks.
This is it.
Carnival spent $115 million cleaning the Triumph, and it
Yeah.
now sails, like we said earlier, under a new name, Carnival
Which
Sunrise.
some people are like,
Yeah.
just trash it. I do
I don't
agree
think
that
that-
you probably could redo it.
Yeah.
you
People
know?
say it still smells.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no!
All right. I changed my mind.
Stop.
Change my mind, trash it. We don't want it. That's so gross.
They did carry
Can
out.
you imagine like squishing the wall and being like,
Yeah.
there's still some in there?
Spongy.
No.
Imagine if you're like in a like the cabin with someone and be like, was that you?
Imagine.
Did you fart?
Imagine.
Did you fart?
You
What does that smell?
Since we've gotten here,
Why is it squishy on the carpet?
keep ripping them off. I'm so tired.
No, guys.
Someone's
Imagine.
honeymoon.
Imagine
you know?
our first cruise had been the Carnival Sunrise. Imagine we booked that with no knowledge of this
Wouldn't
story.
it be wild?
Because we would have.
We could have. We totally could have.
It
It's
would
probably
have
the
Very
cheapest.
much, very much so.
Yeah.
we
Is
would
it
be like,
cheaper than the other ones? Like,
I don't know.
there's a possibility we could have.
Yeah.
we would have went for it too.
No knowledge.
We'd be like, that's
Like, it
weird.
smells
This one has a
strange here.
discount, and it's like only going for
And I wasn't
Just
even
do
a
it.
fan. I wasn't even a fan of the Carnival Dream. I mean, to me, it was like an
No.
old Vegas.
It
Yeah.
wasn't well
casino.
done.
It was
No.
dirty.
Yeah.
Strip joint
Not
a little
well
bit.
lit.
Not really.
The food wasn't that
It
great.
was like
The food wasn't that
whoever
good.
enjoys that decoration probably wears, like a Hawaiian shirt every other day.
They
You know what I'm
were.
saying?
They were.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
dedicated
They
like
were.
cruisers that've been doing it over and over
They're
and
like,
over.
yeah, this is our 50th cruise. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
I'm just like, you're keeping this running.
You
You're
need-
the one that's telling
like,
them that
you
this
need to
is
get a
okay.
personality
Like, I
stat.
think that the one that we went on definitely needs to be modernized and updated more.
agreed.
Mhm.
But I will say that the fact that if it's true that
Mhm.
the cruise still smells like poop and
Ew.
whatever to
It's
this
just what I've
day,
heard.
that's putrid.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
That means you didn't do your due diligence to like,
Irrigate-
I don't know.
yeah.
I
That's
don't know what all
volatile.
they needed to rip out, but they didn't do enough.
Well, maybe. I mean, it's kind of like cat pee. It's like you sanitize the area, but the scent
Right.
really never goes
It
away.
lingers.
You know, you spray some vinegar on that thing.
You sometimes it still doesn't do it. It's like
Really?
the whole place will be sanitized.
Vinegar with some,
I think the whole
No,
place might
girl.
be
Baking
tainted at
soda?
this point.
I've tried all of it because I have a cat. Well, you've met her,
Toucan.
pterodactyl. And
So
she will sometimes back at the old place. She
Pee.
like peed in the chair cushion, and it
Oh.
took me so long to figure out where the smell was coming
It
from.
could
And
be
then
a
I
the
lifted
fabric.
the
You're right,
cushion.
okay. I see what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying.
it was like a leather couch.
It's hard to get rid
So
of.
I wiped it down with vinegar. We did the baking soda. Like I
Nothing
did
happened.
everything, and it
Yeah.
still smelled like piss.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes I feel like a scent won't go away even if it's thoroughly cleaned.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think it's the material too.
Yeah, for
Has
sure.
to be because it's
Right.
like you put that on stainless steel or whatever, something that's
It'll come
bonded
out,
close.
but yeah,
It'll come off. But like,
maybe it seeped through.
if that's the case,
leather.
though, if that's the case, y'all have no business continuing this.
No, if
shit.
it smells like
Look,
shit,
yeah.
get rid of it.
'Cause don't that, like you said, that's a
Seriously.
lot of arguments and
Right.
new
Did you fart?
honeymoons.
I know
new-
you
like,
did.
right.
I smelled
Like,
it.
I'm so sick and tired of this man. I don't even want to touch you tonight.
We just
Like,
got married and
imagine,
I'm
yeah.
over it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
over it. Like, honestly, I don't know if that's like justifiable, but it's like, yeah.
If we
someone
all
smells like
shared a
poop.
room, who would you blame it on?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like I had some stomach issues when we were
You're
there.
like, you know what?
And
It's
I-
me.
I was like shitting up a storm, so I probably blame me.
I don't think I would blame anybody, but we all had our share of things that happened and that we saw from each and every one of us. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you started your period too.
don't let us get started with your weird
Remember?
little things that you be into, looking at outside the window and stuff
Listen.
like that.
Yeah.
What? Looking outside the window?
I'm trying to call out to you little fish friends.
Okay.
Let's just say we bonded.
Yeah.
You know, we saw everything.
We
We
saw
did
more
everything.
than we probably wanted to
And
share.
regarding the joke they made about me and the fish, they think that I have
Fish
an
fetish.
infatuation with
Aquatic
creatures
life.
from the sea
yeah.
and
It
mermaids.
turns her on
due to
Yeah.
a weird conversation
about
I don't-
mermaids.
about mermaids.
I
and
don't remember how we got
I really
to it
don't remember,
anymore.
but it's the
But
one
what
of
it
the
was
like
greatest
how-
inside jokes that we have.
well, I remember how it happened.
oh,
Is because me and Cherish, and this is when you were kind of sleeping in and out, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Oh, okay.
And so me and Cherish are talking about like how did a mermaid like
become
come
a
to be?
mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
said a sailor
fish
probably
fucker.
fucked a fish.
Yeah.
and then for
I
some reason
I didn't hear that fully. I think I heard something else, and so I was looking at you like, what?
You want to fuck a fish?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? Yeah.
Something along those lines. I heard her like not correctly. I guess.
Listen,
but
we're
she
not
said it so
here to
adamantly.
kink shame.
But
We're
yeah.
not.
she doubled down on it, and I was just like, okay,
if watching wildlife,
fins,
it's like your porn, we understand.
Or just like if fins excite you.
That's why I'm not doing my nursery in mermaids. I just don't want to get her too excited. That's all I'm saying.
It sucks because they've taken this joke so far, but I actually love, I've always loved the ocean, and I've always wanted to have one of those mermaid tails and get like my mermaid.
That reminds me, I actually have something for you.
Do that. I don't know. It's just I don't know what that is.
A little trophy for you next time.
You have another one? Lizzie's been giving me little gifts, like little mermaid tails and crystals from the ocean, and I don't know.
And that's why she's going back on her cruise after her other cruise, because she can't resist.
She can't stay away.
The calling.
I like me a good cruise.
Okay. Well.
So this was the poop cruise.
They survived. What have we learned from this? Pretty much that like big companies like Carnival and stuff like that, I think like sure have they made improvements since this whole entire like event took place. So. It seems that way, but at the time like it didn't really seem like they cared too much about the people, just because, and this is where I say like I think there was a crime done, but they protected themselves under contract that no one really could come after them.
They're like, just kidding you, and it's like when you say agree and continue and no one reads the whole thing, they put all of that in there.
Well, no, what the scary thing is though too is like even if people would have saw that, I think people would have still like signed up and agreed to it.
I was gonna ask.
I do, because you have the mindset of, oh, like I see that, but that's not gonna happen to me. We're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna go on the cruise and we're gonna come back. And how many people go on cruises and like
and you just trust them because they're a big company and you're like, oh, they've done their due diligence. This is not gonna happen to me.
Right?
But have they?
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's what you should do. I think everyone should read the contract and really think over what they should be doing. But I think you would have had a good number of people still probably sign that contract.
Probably. The lesson to be learned is you can't trust anybody.
No. And also a big one is if you do go on a trip with somebody, make sure it's the right people you want to go on a trip with. Because it could be like a make it or break situation. I don't know. I think
they don't have IBS. Like there's just some things you might need to clear up.
Made it as friends afterwards.
I think that's why we're still friends, because
it didn't happen.
No, because like we survived it, like we saw everything and experienced a lot more than we knew about each other, but we still like each other.
Yeah, but do you think we would have survived the poop cruise?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think we would have really enjoyed people watching.
Oh, yeah.
We would have been sitting there watching everybody.
We would have hated it, but we would have also like embraced it in a way.
We would have
make
trauma
it
bonded
a
like
hilarious
everyone did.
Story.
Yeah.
But I do think that like if you are someone that's very sensitive or someone that like you want everything to go well and according to plan.
Well, here's the thing.
Then I would say be very careful who you take with you on vacations, because when it comes to like stuff like this, like obviously nobody had control over it.
Like my dad is not hardy enough to survive this. I swear. Like he would have had a full on breakdown.
Panic attack.
Yeah, panic attack, breakdown. The anxiety would have been real because he doesn't like things to change. He doesn't even hardly like to go on vacation because it's so much change. And I was watching all this thinking like, what if this happened to my parents or something? It would have been wild. It definitely brought out the you need to be hardy,
Yeah, like
you gotta
hardy.
survive and get through this.
And like I think like prep too. Like this makes me also think about like the next time I were to go on a cruise.
Oh,
or
we're
like
taking
maybe
bags.
A trip. Like what?
We're taking trash bags. Fuck that. Drawstring bags. We're doing it.
I'm gonna
a
bring
trash
like
bag big enough
life.
for Lizzie to.
Hell yeah.
Honestly.
Y'all think I'm joking?
I don't think you're joking, but I do think that it's important to like think about like what are useful items to bring on a trip, because like if something does go down, like it could come to handy.
Yeah. And remember, I got pulled over by the bomb sniffing dogs or whatever.
Yeah, because Lizzie's emergency device is a vape.
You got pulled, but then it was also due to like just other stuff that was.
I don't think
the
dog pulled you over for that.
I had prescriptions, but they were all in the prescription.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, they go, "Let me see your ID." I was like, "It's the same,
It's the same ID that I used to."
Yeah, it's not like cocaine; it's prescriptions, you know. But they were. I also tried to maybe pet the dog that was sniffing for
Oh.
everyone. And
Wait,
so,
did you really?
yeah, I tried to.
Lizzie,
And I think that's why he indicated, yeah.
Oh, stop.
And their indication was to sit
I
down, and I was like, "Hi, buddy." Yeah, it was my fault.
I didn't
You
know
didn't know
that.
that either.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that
I thought
either.
they just flagged
I thought
you
they
down.
did. I thought they
Girl,
just
no.
flagged you down.
I mean,
too.
I don't know if that's why he
Of course
indicated.
it came down to you
but
trying to talk
I
to an
tried
animal.
to talk to the dog, so it's probably my fault.
We were
But anyway,
we
can you
were-
imagine if we have like cleaner in there, and then we've got like poop bags for the next
I
time?
know.
What are
Like,
you
what-
doing?
have you
Why do you have
watched
duct tape? in here?
Trainwreck
You
poop
know?
cruise? Have you watched it? Do you
I'm
have the proper
prepared.
stuff on the cruise?
Yeah.
Guys, me and Cherish were sitting there waiting for Lizzie, hoping she would get
Like,
get
does
on
she
the
have
boat.
drugs?
And
What's going
right,
on?
and
No, I
then we
was-
were thinking, are we going to go on the cruise without her, or are we going to stay in Galveston? And we were both like, we're going to stay in Galveston, and we can all cry together in some little motel.
See, I mean, I knew I didn't do anything, so I wasn't worried about
Well, that's
it.
my thing too. I was like, Lizzie knows that, like, you know, the things like you can and cannot bring on a cruise
Yeah.
trip. So I wasn't like thinking that like
They did make
you
me
were
throw
doing
away.
something wrong, but I also
Right.
what I was fearful of is like just people sometimes are dumb and like a-holes,
Mhm,
and they're the ones that could be like user error.
mhm.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't want that to
They
be a
did
situation
make me
where it's
throw
just
away
like,
my mouthwash because it wasn't marked. It was like in a little bottle. And I was like, sure, go ahead and
alright.
throw it away.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't, if that's going to
Yeah.
stop me from going on a cruise, that's stupid.
Mhm.
yeah.
So,
I was mind boggled. I was just like, I have no idea why she got pulled, and I was like,
I felt
have
like
no
I was
idea
in like cruise prison. Like, they're all me
Yeah.
and all these bad people were
Yeah.
right here.
And they
we were
wouldn't
in
let us stay
trouble.
with her either. They're like,
Yeah.
you have to go on.
You're
We
separated.
started off that cruise with like
It was
we
weird.
went straight to the bar to wait to get our room or something where our rooms were, and then we like ended up getting a drink. The drinks on the cruise were good. There was like one
They were
drink.
good. They were overpriced.
There's
but they were
only
good.
one drink that I got. It was like a
Yeah.
daiquiri. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like those drinks are really sugary and don't actually have
Have a
enough
lot of
alcohol
alcohol.
content in it.
Okay.
And it's
fair.
to make you buy more.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. I was telling Ice Regina, I was just like, you would be so like surprised of how expensive it can get on a cruise.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Extremely.
they
It adds
market it in the
up.
beginning to be so cheap for the ticket and this and that and the other, but then like when
And then
you
all the
get off
fees they give you at the
when
end.
you get off the trip, you're like easily like 1,000 over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like, you know,
It
Kind of
was
stuff.
it was an experience. I think we all had fun despite the issues that we had.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Gotta
it
go
was
on
a little
another
more
trip.
And no
expensive than
no
we thought.
poop storms
At
happened.
least, yeah,
So yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
did poop,
we did poop.
but
And-
normally.
or didn't, which is
So-
also
You
normal when
Watching
traveling.
Yeah,
this
that's
was
true.
quite the experience. I'm glad that we had a slightly better one.
Yes.
I agree. I feel like this was like a little bit of a lighthearted one,
It
even
could
though
have
it
been
was like
worse.
unfortunate.
At least we know that.
Yeah,
Our cruise could have been worse.
It could have been way worse.
Right.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we
let
are.
us know what y'all think.
Yeah.
Maybe explain the plumbing issue to us.
Would
'cause
you
we don't
guys
get
go
it.
on a cruise now that you've heard this story, or you know,
Yeah.
after we like
Would you
unpacked
still?
it?
Would you go on that particular ship?
Yeah. Would you? go on
And
Carnival?
were you guys on the poop cruise?
Yeah.
If you were, we would love to hear
Yeah.
from you and
That
get
would
more
be-
That'd be awesome.
perspective.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Would you
let
just
us
hold
know.
it, or would you use the red bag?
Did you?
Yeah. Let us
Did
know.
you? Anyway,
All
all
right.
right. We'll see
All
you all
right.
next time.
All right.
Bye.